I'm Susan Cockrell, and I'm a Senior Program Manager working on the Office Insider program. And today I'm going to give you an overview of the program, and then I'm going to hand it over to Dan Brown, a Senior Technical Writer for Office Deployment, who's going to walk you through how to deploy the Office Insider program inside your organization using a variety of deployment tools. But first, I wanted to explain why we think the Office Insider program is so important for businesses like yours these days. As the speed of innovation increases, we've heard that customers are looking for ways to keep tabs on all of the changes happening within Microsoft 365. The Office Insider program is just one of the many offerings that we have within Microsoft to help you stay current. It's the preview program for Office 365, and it gives you early access to new features so you get to try new experiences in the Office 365 suite before the general public. And if you're involved in the IT department of your organization, you're likely constantly looking for ways to improve the adoption of Office 365 in your company. The Office Insider program can give you a leg up in testing or training and change management. It helps you know what's coming and gives you a leg up. Last, by participating in the program, you're sending us feedback that's very closely paid attention to by our product teams because it's the first signal we get from customers outside of Microsoft. So we take your thoughts and telemetry into careful consideration. Now, I'm here to tell you I've worked at many Microsoft Ignites and many Microsoft Inspires. I've heard from thousands of customers in our booth, and I've heard this more than once. Come on, we're just your worker bots. You just need someone to test everything for you, right? But that's just not the case, and it's not how we think of our Office Insiders. The truth is that we have more than 258 million paid business users and over 42 million consumer subscribers. And the Office Insiders are the crucial few who are outside of Microsoft walls who play a key role in shaping Office 365. The first way that Office Insiders know that they're helping to shape Office 365 is by using the new features that we ship in preview builds. This gives you early access to check out what's new, but it gives us telemetry from a wide range of users so that we know that what we're shipping to the masses is high quality. Next, we do find great feedback from the thousands of Microsoft internal users who are using the new features, but we're not the same as our customers. Whether it's coverage across more geographies, different ways of using Office, or how Office works with line of business apps, our insiders help us find issues and bugs that we would miss if we only looked within the walls of Microsoft. Similarly, with scenario validation, your organizations have different ways of working, different add-ins, macros, and more that we don't have within Microsoft. You can help your organization get ready by having a few key users on insider builds and checking that they make sense for your existing workflows. And last, the last reason why you'd want to be an insider is for your influence. Who doesn't want to be an influencer, right? Like I mentioned before, you get to help us shape the future of Office. Your feedback and the feedback from your organization comes through to us marked specifically as influencer feedback. And we know that it's from our most passionate fans, and we pay close attention to this. So now that you know why it's important to be a part of the Office Insider program, I want to talk about the foundation of the program, and that's feedback. When you click that smile in the upper right-hand corner of your apps, you might wonder where it goes. Well, our key internal tool is called One Customer Voice, or OCV. It collects feedback from across a dozen different sources, everything from the App Store reviews to send a smile, send a frown, to customer support, and many more. Our product teams set up queries to their features and look at them sometimes on an hourly basis after they launch their features because they're so excited to get the immediate feedback from insiders so that they can make changes to features before they go out to production. So I wanted to share a specific example where insider feedback led directly to product changes. Last year, you might remember we launched Microsoft Search. We gave it a prominent new home at the top of the window of our apps. And insiders definitely saw value, but they also gave us feedback. They said it's taking away real estate from the status bar and things look a little bit more cluttered. Basically, they wanted changes. So as a result, we did make changes. We didn't allow search to truncate the document title. We collapsed it to an icon when space was limited, and we added a setting to show the search box as an icon for those who prefer it that way. And so thanks to insider feedback, we took the first draft of this experience and we got it ready for prime time. So now that you have a solid example of how insider feedback leads directly to change, I also wanted to make sure that you understand how we are releasing features and where insiders fit in. We first roll out features to Microsoft internal users so that we can ensure that we're giving everything a chance to be vetted before it goes out to the public. Then insiders in the fast channel, or what's now called the beta channel for Windows, get to see features next. These builds go out weekly, and they're best for people who want to be the first to explore new features first and use the earliest builds to provide feedback. But you also have to be the kind of person who doesn't mind a bit of risk because this is an unsupported build. Just so you know, it's very easy to go back and forth between fast or beta channel, slow, and production builds should you find an issue and you need to get back to your productive workday. We find very often that IT admins are the best candidates to be running insider fast or beta channel builds within their orgs. The next option for being an insider is the slow, or what we call current channel preview if you're an Office Insider on Windows. This one comes out monthly, and it is a supported build, and it's perfect for those of you who are in change management or the help desk who are getting your orgs ready for what's coming out in the current channel. If you're in one of these roles and you're in Microsoft 365 apps for enterprise at your company, ask your IT admin about putting you on the Insider Slow or current channel preview build so you can see these features earlier. Finally, we roll out to our production channels where we move into either current channel, monthly enterprise channel, or semi-annual enterprise channel, and those are fully baked and supported builds. And so one final thing that's most exciting about the Office Insider program is that it runs across multiple platforms. We're very invested in bringing the best features and experiences, not only to Windows and Mac, but especially to our mobile devices. We need insiders to tell us what features you want to see on mobile and what's working for you. So now I'd like to turn it over to Dan Brown, one of our senior technical writers, who's going to walk you through how to deploy the Office Insider program within your organization via 3 different tools: the Office Deployment Tool, Group Policy, and Microsoft Intune. Dan, take it away.
Thanks, Susan. I'm Dan Brown. I'm a senior technical writer focused on Office deployment. As Susan mentioned, Office Insider builds are available on all our platforms: Windows, Mac, iOS, and Android. I'll be talking today mostly about the Windows platform, but really there's nothing special you need to do to deploy Office Insider builds. Whatever tools you use today to deploy Office, you can use those exact same tools to install and deploy Insider builds. For instance, if you use Configuration Manager, or if you use Intune, or if you use Group Policy, or in the Mac environment, if you deploy preferences. So we'll take a look at some Windows examples in a minute, but all the details are available on the Office Insider pages in the URL that you see at the bottom of the screen. Before we do some demos, a couple things to keep in mind. Insider builds are specific to the device, not to the user. So if you have multiple devices, you could have one device that's using current channel preview. You could have a different device configured to use beta channel. If you have Office, Project, and Visio on the same device, they all need to be using the same Insider build. You can't have Visio using beta channel and having Project use current channel preview on the same device. To make your life much easier, we recommend that you configure Office to get updates directly from the internet. Insider builds come out on a regular basis, sometimes weekly, so that you don't have to remember when those builds are coming out. Just set Office to go ahead and check the internet, and it will automatically see that there's a new build available and download it and install it for you in the background. So let's take a look at some of the different tools that are available to you. And the Office Deployment Tool, sometimes referred to as the ODT, is a command line tool that's free to download from the Microsoft Download Center. And the ODT is actually a file called setup.exe. And then you use that setup.exe file with an XML file that you've configured. And here are some examples of those XML files. And that XML file basically tells the ODT what to install. In this case, a 64-bit version of Office and using the current channel preview. In this case, here's an example with beta channel. You can create these XML files by hand, although we recommend that you use a tool called the Office Customization Tool, which is also free. And this gives you a GUI interface where you can go ahead and make your choices. And here you drop down. Here's a choice, for instance, for current channel preview. You can make all your other deployment choices, like what languages you want deployed. And then you click on export, and it automatically creates the XML file for you. Reason we recommend this is it helps prevent mistakes or typos. And then once you have your XML file, your setup file, you can copy it over to a machine or you can deploy it through a script. And essentially, it's a simple command line where you say setup /configure and then give the name of the XML file that you want to use. We're not going to go any further here with this demo because then we'll go ahead and do the install and it'll just take way too long. But that should give you a basic idea of what you can do with the Office deployment tool. Second example I want to show you is using group policy. So if you're already using group policy in your environment, you're probably familiar with the administrative template files. Here I've opened up one of the tools we can use to configure those. And we have two choices when we're using group policy. The first policy is a computer policy, and it's here under updates. It's called update channel. And I can choose enabled. And from the drop-down, you see here a choice for current channel preview. You also see a choice for beta channel. You can go ahead and select the channel, go ahead and configure the rest of your policies, and then push those policies out to devices. The other choice you have with group policy related to the Office Insider program is the ability to give people the option to choose their insider build choice. Now, this could be handy for application developers, IT staff, change management staff, training staff that might need to be going back and forth between different builds. And this way you can have them kind of self-select what build they want. And in this case, I'm going to open up here and then kind of buried under miscellaneous. Now you don't have to remember this. All of this is documented on the Office Insider site. And you'll see here it says show the option for Office Insider. In this case, I'm going to enable it. Go ahead and click OK. And what happens here is if you go to File Account, for instance, in Word, you see here a choice for Update Options, About Word. What this is going to do, this policy setting, is going to add a little tile here that says Office Insider. So I'm going to do a little bit of admin hocus pocus to get this policy to apply. I'll just take a few seconds. You'll now see a choice here for Office Insider. Tells me what channel I'm currently on, and I can change to either current channel, preview, or beta channel. So this is kind of a handy thing if you want people to kind of self-select what insider build they're on. Finally, let's take a look at the options that are available for Intune. And so within Intune, we've got two choices here. You can deploy an app. And so I can just quickly kind of create the app that I want to deploy, Windows 10 app. Just leave everything as is. And then when you get to the Configure App Suite page, here under Update Channel, you'll see a choice for Current Channel Preview. You don't actually have a choice for Beta Channel here, but there are ways to deploy Beta Channel with Intune. Those instructions are on the Office Insider site. So you would just continue on through the process of creating the app package and deploying it. The other thing you can do here is for devices, you can create a configuration profile. I'm going to go ahead and do that for Windows 10. I'm going to use the administrative templates profile. Just call this Insiders. Click on Next. And in a second, it will populate. And you'll see here, if I scroll down, there's a choice for Office 2016 machine. And you'll see a choice here for updates. Scroll down a little further. Oops, there we go. Update channel. This is the exact same policy setting we saw with group policy. So you could do the exact same thing we did with group policy just a minute ago. So these are some of the options that are available to you. Showed you how to use the Office deployment tool, showed you some possibilities with group policy, also showed you some choices you have with Microsoft Intune. As I said before, however you deploy Office now, you can use those same tools to deploy insider builds. We didn't specifically talk about Configuration Manager, but you can use that as well. In the software library, there's an installation wizard that you can go through to create the kind of package to deploy. and you'll see some of the same choices that you saw with the Office customization tool, where you can choose what product you're installing, you can choose the channel, and behind the scenes, it will download the ODT, it will create the XML file for you and go ahead and do the deployment. The other thing to keep in mind is if you've got an existing installation of Office and you decide you want to change to one of the insider builds, you can go ahead and use these processes. You might not see it happen right away. That's because Office checks on a regular basis for updates. So the next time Office checks for updates, it will see that you want to switch to, for example, current channel preview, and it will go ahead and start downloading those bits and go ahead and get you over to that insider build. You can force that usually by either restarting the device or when we are in File Account, you saw the choice for Update Options. Underneath there's a choice to do Update Now, and that usually forces Office to go ahead and check for updates, and off you go and you get that insider build. So I hope that gave you some ideas of how you can go ahead and deploy insider builds in your organization. Thank you. Now back to Susan.
Thanks, Dan. Thank you so much for joining us today. And if you get nothing else from this presentation, it's that we'd love for you to join us in shaping the future of Microsoft 365. You can find all of the instructions for deploying the Office Insider program at insider.office.com, as well as the form for signing up for our monthly newsletter so that you can get all of the latest information about what's being released in Office 365. And we hope that you'll join us and become an Office Insider. And last, there's dozens of demos and step-by-step videos available to help you stay current and keep your organization prepared. To access these and more, visit aka.ms/Microsoft Ignite 2020/Office. We'll see you there.